Hey guys, and how's it going? Maniac Mower here. You're all probably wondering where I've been the past week. I have been, not really doing too well. I have been actually kind of sick. I found this video in the computer. I was trying to look for something to throw together for you guys to upload, but I really couldn't do much anything. Last Sunday, I didn't really have much ambition. Had a tractor dropped off to fix for the owner. He's coming here to get it sometime around now. And didn't really film it. I just kind of came out here every once in a while and I'd mess with it. It just needed a couple of things done and that was it. It really wouldn't have been a good video. So didn't really do anything Sunday. I had that video thrown together to upload, but of the 73 and the carburetor troubles. So that's what you guys are watching now. But I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of a selection. What do you want to see next? The 68 is having solenoid problems. I pulled the solenoid out of it and I pulled it apart. I was trying to figure out what the deal was with it, and a terminal had busted loose. So that's an option for that, is the 68 and its solenoid problem, putting the new solenoid on it or trying to figure out what the deal is. Or we've got this 210. Now if you don't remember, this is actually a 212. This is the one that excuse me. This is the 212 that I had bought and I pulled the motor out of and stuck in the other 212 before I sold it. Now, the 216 that we've got needs rubbers because the engine likes to bounce around, and it busted all four rubbers. Well, I don't think it was all four. I think it was just the two in the back. But it's the same setup as that. That's just a couple of years older than it. So I had the side cover off. I haven't messed with it yet. I was using it to try and start the 68 here a couple days ago when a buddy of mine was over. And we messed with that a little bit. Didn't really have much ambition to do much, so kind of sent him home early. But I figured I'd ask you guys. I'd give you a little bit of a selection. I really don't have much to do. If I end up getting another project, then we'll work on it. But for right now, I don't have much. So I figured I'd ask, what do you guys want to see next? Do you want to see the 68, get that work done to it, or do you want to see the 216 and its rubber replacement? Also, you're probably wondering about this. This is a 1970s something. I know it's from the 70s. It's an MTD. I know nothing about it. I was only asked to replace the spark plug and do an oil change. Not really the easiest thing in the world to do, especially with this. I know nothing about. And it's got a busted steering wheel. The air filter in it is probably from when the tractor was first built. I couldn't find an air filter for it, so I didn't bother. Keep in mind, I was half asleep when putting that thing together. I have not been myself lately. And here's the patio for anybody wondering. It's still parked. It's still parked here, sitting. It is still waiting for that motor. It's still being bored. I don't have it yet. So there's a patio for you guys, and there's a 73, the one that's in this video. It's still running good. Nothing much wrong with it right now. It starts up and runs. I did end up having to adjust the points on it a little bit. It does start kind of rough though, so it is going to need a carburetor adjustment again, but once I adjust that carburetor, it should be alright. It needed the points adjusted, so that's probably the majority of the problem. Now we adjusted the points on the 216 and cleaned that carburetor. I think that's next on my agenda for the 68 also, is to clean that carb. Although I don't have extra floats around for this. So what do you guys think about working on this? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should I do this tractor or should I work on the 68? If we do this tractor, we're going to completely pull it apart. It's going to be under the knife. It's going to be ripped apart. We're going to take everything out of it. It's going to just be a frame like that. So, or if someone's interested in it and sends me a message, we might be able to work something out. It's not much better than a parts donor. Pretty much that's really all it is now. It's just kind of sitting here waiting to be parted. So alright, well, I'm gonna go on ahead and go. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Let me know what you guys want to see. Do you want to see this tractor or do you want to see the 68? So, okay, thanks for watching. And now, back to the video. Now I know you guys are probably wondering, no, I did not get a new truck. This is actually my dad's. Took the 73 out to a buddy's house the other night. Mom drives an Avalanche and we had to drive Dad's truck to take this up to his house and bring it back. It's been a good truck. I wish it was mine, but fortunately it's not. I did say unfortunately. I do still have the Toyota. This has the key fob on it, so I gotta remember how the key fob works and everything. That little startup scene, I did it with the key fob, the startup button. So anyway, who cares? Let's get into the tractor. So, here's what's going on with the tractor. Took it to my buddy's house. If you guys don't remember, I adjusted the points and also I'd mentioned something about cleaning the carburetor. I adjusted the points as you guys saw, and I cleaned the carburetor, and I think I messed something up. I think the float sunk because when we were using it the other day, we used it, well, after I cleaned the carburetor, I drove it around and used it. I pulled a couple of logs with it. There's some over there in my pile, and it pulled them around just fine. So we loaded it in the back of the truck, take it to his house, and for whatever reason, it's acting up. It's not wanting to work. It was pissing gas out the carburetor. I'd have to show you where it was, but it was pissing gas out the carburetor, and I'm sitting there cussing under my breath because we're out in the field. This is at his house, not my house. We're out in the field, and we had to pull it back with his POS. So brought it back to the shop, started looking at it, and found out that it was pissing gas. So started working on it. We pulled the carburetor off of it and got into that, started screwing with it, just kept pissing gas. So I'm thinking the float might have sunk. I'm not quite sure. I did notice when the float floated, but I noticed when I stuck it back in, it looked like it might have had a rust spot in it or some sort of spot that was kind of screwy. I don't know why I didn't change it when I saw it, but we thought it might have been getting too much fuel, so we bypassed the fuel pump. I do have the fuel pump, it's in the truck. I took a toolbox with me. So let's go on ahead and get this thing out of the truck and get the truck parked in the garage and get going. There are not. Would have unloaded this last night, but it was early in the morning when I got home and I didn't really want to screw with it. So I just parked it. We took it, we parked it in the garage, we parked it in the shop. Would have put it in the garage, but with the weight on the back, it doesn't fit. You can't close the tailgate, it's a short bed. That's the only problem with it is. So, other than it being a short bed, it's really good. It's honestly a really good truck. Oh, I got a new reel mower. I didn't want it, it was thrown in, so it was dark, my buddy threw it in. I'm going to be taking it back to his house. Well, I'll throw it in the back of his truck next time he's here. Try to get him in a video here one of these days so you guys know who I'm talking about. He's the guy that sold me all these tractors. Let's go on ahead. I wish we could start it and drive it back, but unfortunately it doesn't run. So we gotta push it. I don't think I will, but let's see. Right? Let me pull the airbox thing off of there real quick, and then we'll start. Once I get this back air piece off, we'll turn the fuel on and see if it starts draining again. As you can see, we did bypass the fuel pump. I do have the fuel pump. It's in my toolbox at the moment. I was thinking the float might have sunk. Whether it did or not, I'm not sure. But we are going to find out when we pull it apart. Found another carburetor laying around. I think I did if I didn't mess with it. They came with the 71, the one over there. Yeah, see, here's the fuel line. I don't see any residue on there, but as soon as I go to start it up, it's gonna start pissing gas. Let me put you guys here so I can show you what exactly it's doing. You guys, I don't know if you can see it or not. I need to get some more portable lights. I don't have any at the moment. Let me turn the gas on. Let's see if it should be filling up. It's filling up very slow, but there we go. Can't tell if it's, but I think the needle or the float sunk because it'll just sit there and fill. I don't know if it's going to do it now. Let me try starting it up here quick. I think it's got about enough to start up, but we'll see. Where is my key? I took the key with me yesterday. I think I might have. No, I didn't. Here it goes. Alright, ready? Let's see. Let me try throttling it real quick. That ain't doing it now. Oh, it sucked all the gas. So, let me see if is it pissing? Well, now I look like a liar. But it was sitting there and it was blowing, gas was coming out of this. It was pissing it, it was dripping. Not very fast, but not very slow. Probably when I go to try driving it around, it'll start pissing again, but it would do that. A little bit would come out and then it'd just flood and die. We thought it was getting too much gas, so as you can see, we bypassed the fuel pump. Can you guys see? No, you can't. Let me see if I can find a light or something. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's pissing. It's coming out right here. It just started doing it. I shut the camera off. I was looking for a light and it started pissing. So let me go on ahead, shut off the fuel. Yeah, it was waiting for me to shut the camera off and walk away. That's what it was waiting for. So, like I said, I think the float sunk. So what we're gonna do, I'm almost wondering also if it doesn't feel wet. It just feels, because we opened it up yesterday and the bowl was dry. He said the gas might have evaporated, but I doubt it. So what I think we're gonna go on ahead and do is let's pull that carb off. I'm gonna go look around and see if I can find another carb. And we're gonna see, this is one of those China cheap pieces of shit you can get on Amazon. So let me go on ahead and look around and we'll see if we can find one. For those of you who wonder what's upstairs, I'm going to show you. I have had questions before on what's up here exactly. I'm going to show you what all I've got up here. This up here is just kind of an extra room. Over here's my hoard. This is the John Deere hoard. There's that pallet and then the stuff there and then the shelf. Looking around, I don't see a carb. There's a carb right there, but I think it's a bad carb. There's just kind of everything thrown everywhere up here. This is the junk one. This one is, I am not sure. It's a 200 series carb. This is the one off the 71, but it appears that it has been gone through. This is off of, I am not sure what this carburetor is off of, but oh, this is off the 212. I do not see the one that I came up here for. I may end up grabbing this one. This is supposed to be round fender parts in this bucket, but of course everything else is thrown in here. I don't see another carburetor. It takes some digging when you come up here. Dig through and see what you want. I do not see another carburetor. I do see some solenoids. I'm going to need one of them for the 68. I do have a box over here full of carburetor parts. I don't remember what one it is. I think it's this one. You start piling shit away. Yep. Here it is. Let's see if we have a good float. Bingo. Take this whole box downstairs. Stuck a new battery in the camera. Let's go on ahead and tear into this. I was digging through the hoard and I found my box of carburetor parts. It's kind of a mix between Kohler parts and Tecumseh. So I can tell you right here, this is a Tecumseh for a float. There's a float, there's a needle. That float doesn't look bad. What I'm considering doing is pulling a carburetor out of here and cleaning it up. I don't have any. I might run upstairs and grab one of the ones that we had seen up there. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but I do have a box of rebuild kits. I think it's upstairs. Yeah, I think it was upstairs sitting on top of this. It's a box of rebuild kits. We could rebuild one of these carburetors. What is what? I'm guessing this is one that I used on the 73. Nice and clean. That ultrasonic cleaner does a real good job when it comes to cleaning carburetors. Let's check this float. I'm going to see if this float floats. We're going to pull the carb off the 73 also and see if that floats. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I don't know. Seeing that I put it together, then we're also going to put the fuel pump back on it because gravity feeding, it's just not going to do it. So let's go on ahead and get to this. We'll put the fuel pump back on it, and then we just wanted to get it so it would drive itself up into the truck. That's really all we were trying to do, because it was miserable the other day. It was kind of raining. Let's get this off here and I'll ramble later. Was up digging through the hoard and I found another carburetor. Once I run it, it's kind of gummy, but once I run it through the cleaner, it should be okay. Alright, so I'm currently cooking carburetor soup. I don't know how good you guys can hear me. I might just let the cleaner do its thing and wait until it's done. But what we're going to do is we're going to go on ahead and put the fuel pump back on there. That's where it was supposed to be. As you can see, we bypassed it. And we're going to hook this back up to the pump and get it back in there and set up how it should be. So let's go on ahead and tear into that and get it back to what it was. I'm thinking hopefully that carburetor should work. I think it will, but we'll see. So let me grab my wrenches and we'll get going. Let's go on ahead and start. Let me make sure my start getting into this and making it run again. So 1/2 inch, I'm guessing, is the socket size for that. I went and grabbed a 7/16 instead. I think it's actually 7/16, but we're gonna find out here. Yep, I was right. Okay. 7/16. Don't let me forget. I am going to keep this plug around just in case I need to bypass another fuel pump. I got plenty of these things to bypass. Don't want to lose that gasket or this. I figured. As soon as I let it go. There we go, we got it. Okay. Let's get the gasket off the back. Now we'll put the gasket back on the pump. You guys should know how to do this. I probably don't need to. I'm really curious to know, would you guys be interested in seeing this reel mower as a project? I wasn't going to make it into a project, but I figured I'd ask. I really don't know much about it. It was just kind of something. It was thrown into the back of the truck before I left, he wanted to get rid of it, so I guess now I'm stuck with it. So originally the plan was clean it up, paint it, hang it up as a little wall piece, but I don't know what I want to do with it yet, so let me know. Alright, back to the 73. Alright you guys, so the carburetor is clean. I have it in my hand. I put a different float bowl on it because the one that was on there cracked for whatever reason, so we're going to go on ahead and put this on here. I did hook the fuel pump back up. I filmed it, but I went back and watched it to make sure I didn't hear the ultrasonic cleaner too loud over top of me, and I could not hear myself at all. I just heard the cleaner going, so I just went ahead and deleted it. Well, I do have it in the thing still. I didn't delete it, but I'm most likely not going to use it, so if you're wondering, yes, I did film the carb being put on, but I haven't listened to it on the computer yet. I've only listened to it on the camera. So we'll try watching it on the computer and see how it goes. Okay, let's get that in there. Stick that in. There we go. Okay, so we need to get this. Usually I don't put gaskets on here on carbs, but with this tractor I kind of need to because this is my worker and I need it to be available anytime I need it. Especially the other day I could have used it, but it ranges fine the other day in the morning before I took it over there, and then once we took it over to his house and started using it, it just had a whole bunch of problems. Also, I did find out I was right. The float sank because I pulled it out and I shook it and it was full of gas. So for those who are wondering, that's why it was not working. I'll show you how to tell if your float sank or not, but it's not very hard to do. Try to get this in here. I don't want it to move around too much. Should have just put a new carb top. I was going to put a new top on this carburetor because this one is not very good. It's seen its day. But I'm going to reuse it because why not? It works. It's China cheap, that's what it is. It was, when I was trying to get this tractor going before I figured out the points were what was wrong with it, I threw a new carb on it. And I didn't have an ultrasonic cleaner at the time, so I couldn't really do much. Let me go on ahead and get this put on here and I'll finish up later. Alright you guys, I'm back. A buddy of mine called. Let's go on ahead and get back into this. We got everything hooked up. It's tight. Let me turn the fuel on. And let's see how she does. Are you filming it? I'm hoping I hooked that fuel pump up in there right. Every fuel pump I've messed up, so let's hope. Ready? That's hooked up. That's hooked up. Let's try it. That's weird. It ain't leaking, which is good, but the only bad thing is I don't know if it's getting gas or not. It looks like it's pulling gas through, so I mean, let's pull this off here real quick and do some experimenting, see if gas is getting up to it or not. If it is, then good. But it is pulling it, so, although that might be the piston pulling the gas. Yeah, see, it was getting gas up in there. Yeah, it was getting gas. Okay, let's try this. Alright, ready? Let's take it. Let me adjust. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Let me adjust the carburetor quick. Need my flathead. When you adjust your carb, you want it to be closed like that. Right there. And then you're going to go 2 turns. That's the thing I don't like about 250 is all these cars go by with the loud exhaust. Ready? What the fuck? Whatever. 1, 2, yeah, there we go. Alright, you guys, ready? Had it. It ain't piston, is it? Nope. Okay, good. I don't think there's any water in it. Shouldn't be. Well, it's getting gas, so that's good. Ready? Something ain't right. Oh, that's why. Had it up at full throttle. My bad. Cool. Let's see if it'll throttle. I feel like it's not getting enough gas. I think, let's shorten this I think that's our problem right there. It's not getting enough gas. Let's shorten that down to here. See if that helps her any. Because playing with the carb doesn't seem to help unless I mess something up. Let's try it again. Ready? Something just does not seem right when it comes to it. It ain't pissing anywhere. No. Just ain't throttling right. I feel like it's not getting enough gas. But I wonder. Won't run when it's choked. Let's swap that jet out and see if that helps anything, because that jet seemed kind of funny. So go ahead and do that here quick. We'll throttle this up all the way. It's only running when the jet is fully closed, so something ain't right there. I think we might have put a faulty jet on. Let me grab a smaller screwdriver real quick. Doesn't want to take it out. It ain't pissing gas anymore, which is good, but it's running like it's choked. Well, not choked, but it's got an awful miss. Let's pull the jet out of here quick. Float's working, so I would say that's good. Let's check you out. Yeah, I think something's wrong with this float. Let me experiment a little bit. Experimentate some with this float and see if it does any better. Or not float, this jet. Let me clean it off real quick. Stick this in here and see, because that one just, it seemed something funny was going on with it. I don't know how to explain it. Hopefully this will go in. No, I didn't think it would. It's going to be, there we go, we got it. Okay. Set it down. Because I started playing with the air mixture screw too. Now, I know what you guys are saying. I don't have the fuel filter on there, or air filter on, so it could possibly be the air filter, so the air mixture's not getting right. Well, that wouldn't do it. It's got to be 1, 2. I think you turn it right to 2. I'm gonna go 2.5. There we go. Okay. Let's try that now and see if it Make sure I throttle it down before I try starting it. Ready? It's idling a lot better. Shut off like it did before. Let's try starting it back up. Maybe I idled it slow. Sounds like it's flooded. I don't know. It's doing what it did before. I almost wonder if the points are screwing. Let's see if it's drooping gas or blowing anything out. Ready? I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it set for a while, let the engine drain. I think it might be flooded. I'm almost tempted to pull that the fuel filter off and see if that helps anything. Oh, heh. Look at that. For the record, that was on. I didn't leave that off. Don't say anything. Whoops. Whoops. Let's see if it'll throttle up real quick. I think once we get the airbox put on it, it should be all right. The reason it's got that miss in it is because it's not getting the proper airflow. Without the air filter on it, I can't test it. Earlier when it shut off and I didn't realize the fuel shut off was turned off, I was thinking, because I saw the linkage right there, I thought that it was pissing gas out again. So we got that one figured out. The float was bad, and I don't know the difference between on and off. It appears on a fuel shut off. So all right, I'm trying to think of what I want to do now. Do I want to put the airbox back on it, or do we just want to drive it around a little bit? Or should we pull the air filter back off and see if, or pull the carb back off, make sure the float didn't sink again? Let's do better judgment on it. Let's go on ahead and put the air filter back on it. We'll play around with that a little bit, and then once it wants to clean up and run for me, we can take it outside and try it out. It's kind of raining right now. Once we get this off of here, we'll throw the 216 up on there and we'll start cleaning its carburetor, because I was going to clean it up too. It's not going to get as bad as this one did, I promise you that. But I don't know if I'm going to film it or not. I might, but I really don't plan on filming it. So let me throw the airbox back on here. We'll try starting it up again, throttle it up, make sure it works, and then we'll see how we'll go from there. All right, you guys, so I threw the airbox back on it. We've got it on there and bolted down. Let's go ahead and try this thing. Ready? It's still got a little bit of a miss, but it should be all right. Let's throttle it up. me throw my coat on. We'll take it outside and try it out. Who else wants to bet as soon as I get this tractor off here it's gonna die? Start placing your bets, everybody. Ready? Let's go. Will admit I am kind of surprised it actually fired up. Once I adjusted that jet, it fired right up, so might have been all it was that was making it run like it was earlier. I think the what's it called? I think the high speed needs adjusted a little bit. It's kind of got a miss. Hit that bump a little bit hard back here. Seems like it's holding up all right to it though, so. All right, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video.